For the last 4 to 5 hours or so, I have been doing research to find the next 100x in the market, and right now I have found something that will absolutely blow your mind. And I am 100% sure I will be blowing your mind, so please make sure to watch this video because I will be talking about a massive opportunity we have currently in the market. I'm going to talk about the crypto coin that is sitting around $40 million in market cap, which you think maybe is high, but until I tell you the potential of this, how far it could grow. So without any further ado, don't forget to slap that like button on today's update video, and let me start to get in towards the next 100x in my opinion. And I've decided also to buy more than $25,000 of it, because what I've bought, and I'm going to show you right now, is SolChat. SolChat is a coin sitting around $42 million in market cap right now, and make sure to continue to watch this video because I'm going to talk about why I think it's going to be doing the 100x. Like, some people, they watch the video, they say, oh, this coin, I'm going to buy it. But please make sure to do your own research, and I'm explaining about why I jumped heavily in towards it, because I really believe this thing is going to be most likely flying. So what it basically is, to quickly explain it, it's an end-to-end encrypted communication platform built on Solana blockchain. So basically what you're doing is that you're chatting on Solana or even video calling, which is right now also possible. And basically the mission of SolChat is to become the most secure and private messaging tool globally. And so far, they're doing an absolutely amazing job. They're having so much adoption. It is insane. The product is of course quite simple, not to build, but to be using. And also to understand the potential, you have to be looking about what are the competitors in the market and how much money are they making. And more importantly, how are they going to be using that revenue? So I will be talking about that a little bit later. But first, let me talk a little bit about the chart, because I'm really a guy of the charts, and that is how I actually found out of it. So I saw it on Twitter, I saw the use case, I thought, oh, this is actually quite exciting. I started to be looking at the chart, looking at the liquidity, looking at the tokenomics, which is very important. I saw that this coin has already got more than 24,000 holders, which is quite insane. So adoption is pretty big. More than $38 million in market cap. Very great liquidity. And yes, it came from actually a big push towards the upside. It came down quite massively. And I think like, ooh, this is an interesting range to be looking at, because what we're currently seeing is basically, it's also listed on many great exchanges like you can see on markets. It is listed on more than 30 exchanges, which are bringing very good volume actually towards the project. And you can trade it over there, or you can trade it wherever you want to. I don't care where you're doing it on. It's just more like, if I'm looking at this chart right now, from this big run up towards the upside, we've seen a big distribution taking in approximately like 8 weeks already. And now we are starting to see some very big signs of a massive reversal. And why I'm saying so is because this is very big important liquidity that's been trading on the lower side. We grabbed out that liquidity on the lower side. We're currently breaking the daily downtrend, and actually it's starting to be reversing. And I think we are at the beginning of the big reversal. And of course, one of the reasons why I believe this thing is actually going to be reversing is due to the fact that I believe in the product. And let me also talk a little bit more about the product, because you have to understand the significance of it. So SolChat compared to Instagram or WhatsApp is massive. So you've got, of course, first of all, the decentralization and privacy feature. And on SolChat, the data is stored on the Solana blockchain, enhancing the privacy and security, which you, of course, want if you're using a chat platform. And of course, if you're going to compare it towards Instagram or WhatsApp, the data is stored on a centralized server owned by Meta. It's not end-to-end encrypted, and if they say it's end-to-end encrypted, they can always interfere in it. So very interesting. It's completely not decentralized on WhatsApp, and SolChat is a complete way to send messages completely decentralized. So talking a little bit more about the encryption, SolChat is completely end-to-end encrypted, and all communication is stored on-chain and is only accessible for the communicating parties. WhatsApp says they are end-to-end encrypted, but there are many concerns about the metadata. Like you have seen in the news, they've got very big fines for actually looking into personal data, which they're not supposed to be doing, or looking into chats or calls, which they are not supposed to do. And that is a very important point also to understand. Also, the peer-to-peer communication, SolChat is completely direct. So if I'm calling my friend, for example, it doesn't go through a third party, which makes it, of course, first of all, faster, improving the quality, And also the privacy, of course, because no one can actually listen with it. And with Instagram and WhatsApp, the calls are going through servers, which first of all will create more latency, which also would allow them to listen with your call, which of course that is the last thing which you want to be having. If we're looking at the revenue in Q1, so the last quarter, they did more than $36 billion in revenue. If SolChat could only grab a tiny part of this revenue that Meta is creating from WhatsApp or from Instagram, from their messages, it could be already massive. And SolChat is creating a revenue share model on how to incentivize the holders to actually hold the project and how to grow it. But this is still a thing that they are working on, and soon this is going to get released. And I believe that whenever this is going to get released, it's going to even have a far positive effect on the market, and it will most likely catapult the price even higher. And if we're looking at the tokenomics, it is actually very nice what they have done. So the tokenomics are actually quite good here. 10% went to the liquidity pool. They've got some budget for marketing. They've got some budget for centralized exchange listings, which is of course very important for even more adoption. And 50% of it went to the pre-sale, which is right now of course on the open market. So all the tokens are almost in circulation, and that is actually quite a good thing in my opinion. The price, of course, has been seeing a rapid increase here. So first, we didn't saw a lot of adoption. Now, ever since we had this big rally towards the upside, we saw loads and loads of new users coming in here. And honestly, right now, with it only sitting around $40 million in market cap, and the liquidity only being like above 1.4 million, this thing is most likely going to be moving very, very fast. And since the liquidity is wrapped on the lower side, and since I believe to currently see the first reversal signs in this market, like we're creating this slight little downtrend, and I believe that we're going to be breaking it anytime soon. But whenever we do so, and especially once we are breaking above that $5.40, we're breaking this downward sloping trend. And with Bitcoin also reversing right now, I believe that SolChat is likely going to be making a massive, massive reversal. And whenever it does, and if you're just looking at how much potential it has, because if you're going to be looking at, for example, the number of WhatsApp messages sent every single day worldwide, it was in 2018 around 65 billion messages a day. Right now, it's probably way more than that, but of course I don't have the exact data. Think about how big the potential is to create an application which allows you to, of course, send messages on the blockchain, and especially on Solana, which is a very successful chain. I think this thing can gain a lot of adoption. And what is also nice, it's a new coin. And like I said in many previous videos before, probably the best performance in this upcoming bull run are going to be these coins that just came around the corner, that are new shiny objects. And this one only sitting around $42 million in market cap. Could it go to $1 billion? Yes, I think so. I think that this has the potential to go to $1 billion and probably even far beyond that. So if it goes to $1 billion, it's already a 25x. If it goes to 4 billion, it's going to be a 100x from off this point. Do I think this could be happening in a bull run? Yes, I do really believe so. And I mean, if I'm looking for like a 10x already, I think it definitely has the possibility to be doing so. And with the amount of holders in it, with the amount of use cases, and especially with the amount of development ongoing on SolChat, they're constantly improving, working on new features. I believe that this has a lot of potential to be actually performing extremely well. This was it for me in today's update video, but I have bought $26,000. I mean, I bought 25k, currently worth about $26,000, because I bought a little bit lower than we're currently sitting. And I believe this thing is going to be pulling a 100x. And maybe it's going to take a while. Maybe it's not going to take a while. With the bull run around the corner, I want to be positioning myself correctly. And that is why I decided to be buying some SolChat. So make sure to do your own research about it. But honestly, I think if we're looking at products which are actually working good, this is one that you should definitely not miss out on. And the potential is enormous. And there are already a lot of people that actually know about the project. 24k holders, but if you look at the potential, how many users worldwide are using WhatsApp, it is massive. So thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, slap on the like button, and see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.